Today's video is a prime example of better late than never. What's good? Welcome to the channel. Today we are talking Jumpluff, a deck that I have had on the brain all the way back since Paldea evolved. We are finally getting to it in Paradox Rift, knock on wood, and we are going to show you the fun that can be had with the only deck that attacks twice. So Jumpluff, Double Trouble of course. It is here for its incredible ability, the entire selling point of the card. This Pokemon may attack twice each turn. If the first attack knocks out your opponent's active Pokemon, you may attack again after your opponent chooses a new Pokemon. So there's a lot of potential to be had. There were previous iterations and tools and kits in the bag that you could work with Jumpluff. I think Paradox Rift added a few more, the meta has kind of opened up, and now is its time to shine. It has a 1 energy attack, so now you are attacking twice. So spinning attack does 60, which we can buff or we can work around, but you can use that twice. If you had hypothetically a second attack on this card, you could go spinning attack and the other attack in the same turn. So we'll elaborate more on that a little bit. It is grass typing. For the entire Sword and Shield era, grass typing has been the forgotten type. It has been awful, but with the inclusion of good dark Pokemon now that are weak to you, looking at the new Roaring Moon and the Charizard EX Terrestrial type, and anything else that has to tech for the Gardevoirs and the Mews, grass is now a decent typing to be in the game. You can hit quite a few of the top dogs at the tables for weakness. So all of a sudden your spinning attack is hitting for 240. Or with other mods we can get up to even higher numbers. But Brandon, what copium are you on trying to sell me on a stage 2 with 90 hit points? Glad you asked. So we have a Skip Bloom in the same evolution line. They're all Rapid Strike cards that has an ability. It says when you attach an energy from your hand to this Pokemon, search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from this one. So we play down our Hop-Ups, turn 2, we can evolve up to the Skip Blooms, and then attach our energy for turn and get our stage 2 Pokemon. So it thins the deck and it evolves up. It is a very good card. It makes it feel like a pseudo stage 1, which has a lot to like because then you don't have to always have all the pieces in hand. We're not rare candy reliant. There's a lot of strengths with it. And in previous builds, which we're not going to talk about much today, the Rapid Strike tag was actually relevant because then you can hand pick cards from that keyword and just tutor at what you need. The Jumpluff has a lot to like. What's in the box? What's in the toolbox? I'm glad you asked. So the first one is a Paradox Rift inclusion, Technical Machine Devolution. So you can attach it to a Pokemon. This Pokemon may use the attack on the card, and then at the end of the turn discard it. So devolve each of your opponent's Pokemon by placing the highest stage back into their hand. We just mentioned that Jumpluff can attack twice. So if they're stage 2s and they organically evolved up, we can devolve them. So just a little bit of damage over their basics, and we can go devolve, or we can spinning attack, devolve, and then let's say they're 60 hit point Pokemon. Bye-bye, see you later. We also have the counterpart, the evolution. So this one, same thing, it falls off at the end of the turn. Choose up to 2 of your benched Pokemon. For each one, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon and place it on it. So we can evolve our Hop-Ups into Skip Blooms, or we can evolve any other support Pokemon up early. Thinning out your deck and having those cards on board rather than still in the deck means you're more likely to set up, so I do like it with this. And hypothetically, if you had to, Jumpluff could use this attack twice. So you could set up your entire board if you really needed. But those instances very rarely come up. Of course, the Rapid Strike scroll that everybody has looked at with this attack. Fighting, double colorless. Matchless Maelstrom does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. Don't apply weakness or resistance for the bench, so you can hypothetically spread 60. But with Manaphy being so prevalent, I don't think it's the way to build the deck anymore, nor was it ever. But the scroll is an option in the bag. The Scroll of Skies. Again, we can use this because it's a Rapid Strike Pokemon. For a Lightning and a Colorless, it does 10 plus 50 for each energy on your opponent's active. Many Pokemon put 3 to 4, so you're doing 160 to 210. Nothing to scoff at when you're smacking them twice. So this could be your OHKO option. We do have options to actually use that in the deck. Super effective glasses. So let's say you just want to use your spinning attack. If you're weak to dark, hitting for 180 for 1 can knock something out, or it can really soften up those big Charizards. 2 of them, 360. Anything weak to you is dead. There's no surviving. It's a super effective glasses is nice. Choice Belt. This does 30 more to each of your opponent's active Pokemon V. If you're attacking twice, all of a sudden your spinning attack is doing 180, which because we're a one prize deck, we have the time. So Choice Belt can just really ramp up some numbers if you choose to use it. These are just a handful of the tools. There's also a bunch of the gloves. So if you're trying to hit other decks in particular, and it's worth experimenting with. Now we're talking the engine. How do we get this set up? Where did I go with this? With Paradox Rift coming out, there's a new engine I have absolutely fallen in love with. The Arven engine. Search your deck for an item card and a tool card, reveal them, put them into your hand. We're playing a ton of tools, and we love to play a bunch of items to search our Pokemon, so why not? Whether it's Nest Ball, VIP Pass, Level Ball, Ultra Ball, whatever, and any of the tools we need. So Arven just felt like a natural include here, and of course, we talk about the Evolution TM. We want to go second with this deck. Our Pokemon are way too frail, and we just do not want to get stuck going first and getting donked. So you want to go second with this deck whenever you can help it. I built it that way. We are running the Barrage engine. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 5 cards in hand. We can even TM Evolution to evolve our Barrels turn 1 as well. We're not attacking with it, so don't do that. And Squove it. So Nest Stash just lets you dump your entire hand at the bottom of your deck, draw 1 card, and then Industrious Incisors tops up. So we're seeing a metric ton of cards. Big fan. I love Barrel in a lot of things. And of course, we're going all in on the comeback potential. So Reversal Energy only works if you have more prizes remaining than your opponent. If it's attached to an evolution Pokemon without a rule box, it provides 3 of any energy. If not, it only provides colorless energy. So Reversal Energy allows us to use those funky attacks from the other 2 scrolls, and I've seen people try to build around that, but we're playing the new Counter Catcher, so if you have more prizes remaining than your opponent, you may switch it to the active, so we're really just trying to take advantage of that. We're playing Iono, so each player shuffles their hand, puts it at the bottom of their deck, and then draws a card for each prize card. We don't mind falling behind because we're going to get 2 attacks per turn. Most decks get the 1, we get the 2, so we're going to play from behind with chances to pull ahead. And then lastly, we're playing the Luxray from Paldea Evolved. This is where my mind went as soon as the card dropped. Luxray says if you have more prizes remaining than your opponent, you may play this from your hand onto your bench, ignoring all the previous evolutions. And then for the same Reversal Energy we just spoke of, it can do 180 damage, giving Jumpluff a quick 180 damage to hit very hard into something. In today's gameplay, we will definitely showcase Luxray in the deck, pulling its weight, helping out the little fluffy boys in action. So this is how I built the deck. Here is the 60 you've come for. So we're playing heavy counts, 2-2, Pidgeot 4 Sealstone. Again, it's a free grab anything, and Pidgeot can hide back into the deck. If you want to swap it out for anything, like i.e. Switch or Jirachi or whatever, by all means, those are the first 2 cards I cut. Squovit, Luxray. Minior is here because I faced a lot of block lacks in my early testing, and I got sick and tired of them stranding a Bidoof for a Barrel in the active, and I couldn't get it out of the way. This way here, you can hit into it. Also, I needed a clean answer to respond on an Iron Hands. Keep an energy in hand. You go Arven, grab the tool, super effective glasses, and an S-Ball or a level ball. You grab the Minior, bench the Minior, attach the turn. It promotes itself to the active, then you put the super effective goggles. All of a sudden, it is knocking out an Iron Hand, so we have an answer. You need an answer for that in this deck, and I couldn't think of a better one. Luxray hits for solid damage, Minior hits Iron Hands. Everything else we're not worrying about, and of course, a handful of tools. Feel free to tinker them as you like. Feel free to mess with your counts as you'd like. This is my 60. I had a ton of fun with it. And I have one more thing to address before we jump into some gameplay. The Barrel versus Octillery debate. So Barrel, as we mentioned, lets you draw more cards, and Octillery plays into the Rapid Strike tag. So both have their merits. My list is very easily tailored to incorporate Octillery or Barrel. You can very easily slide out cards, work in that way. I opted for Barrel only because it draws more cards. Octillery in this deck is only grabbing your evolution Pokemon. Oh wow, it's like we don't play enough ball cards for that. But you could tailor the deck to grab energy if you played the Rapid Strike energy, or if you played Tower of Waters, which both have their merits. You don't have to worry about things getting stranded, or you can attack with the Octillery. If you want to tailor the list, by all means, let me know how it goes for you in the comments below. And now we're going to jump into some games, showcasing the deck in action. Enjoy. All right, so my opponent's going to go first, more than likely. Oh, do I want to go first? No, God no. So I built this deck with the mindset of we're going second, because if our opponent wins the coin flip and they force us to go second, you don't really want to be dead in the water. Also, the big thing, if you have the 40 hit point Hoppips, it makes Iron Valiant easier to deal with you. They just have to shuffle it a few Pokemon, they get the knockouts. And if you get multiple Pokemon, or say you start Minior and a Hoppip, then you put more damage on the board that they can't deal with. I don't know. It's a bad matchup. We're not worried about it too much. Okay. Galarian Articuno, Regieleki, Radiant Greninja, Mew. Okay, then. You got plenty of draw there, but what are you working towards? Okay. Mew. You never know what you're going to see, I guess. Okay, so we go with the Hoppip. Definitely, no. Yeah, and I also put Minior in because I like being able to have an answer to control. Does it one-shot it? No. But with the super effective glasses, it lets you one-shot... Yeah, you can one-shot Snorlaxes. You can one-shot Iron Hands. I need an answer for Iron Hands. 4 retreat does what? Times 20, I believe is 80. And then super effective glasses makes it times 3 multiplier, so we're hitting it for 240. Unless they're charmed up, which they're not going to see right away because it's best of one closed deck list when you play on the ladder. Minior does get the Oko on Iron Hands, gets the Oko on Blocklax, which is coming up more often. And even if they try to boss stall something, you can just constantly attach an energy to it. We play enough energies where we can just attach, it'll jump to the active, and then just keep swinging. So I like it there. We don't have an answer from you. I'm going to live on that one. And we do play Luxray to deal with Lugia if it ever rears its ugly head. Also, 180 when you're behind is not bad. Sometimes we just need to pile on the damage. Okay, so Barrel is stuck. Don't know why they just didn't attach retreat and then promote something and then put the Barrel down, but okay. Okay, so it's Pikachu V Union. You forget that's a card some. Oh, shit. Okay, so that's turn 2. Electricity generator. Okay. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. Yeah. We don't want to give them any more cards because they're sitting on a very small hand. Oh, what the hell? Like, what is going on here? Let's just get the first prize. Yeah, we're not going to need Devo because you can't Devo a V-Union, so just throw some energy down. We're going to eventually manually evolve up the Skip Bloom and then the Jumpluff from hand. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. You really do see a bit of everything. Nesball, Raikou, okay. What are you working to... Like, we got Regieleki VMAX, Pikachu V Union, Flareon Articuno. Paradox Rift just lets for some funny stuff. Go ahead. Item lock. Bit problematic, but we do have a barrel on board. We can just kind of start thinning, so Hoppip, Arven. I think we're going to take the turn to set up. And no reason to grab an item card at this point because we can't use them. So let's, yeah. Put her there. Save the evolution, the energy, just in case we draw into a Skip Loom. We don't want to burn that reversal because it's going to the Luxray. So there we go. We are now around the item lock at this point, which isn't too bad. And I mean, Hoppips are so easy to recover. Octillery doesn't draw enough cards. I think I've said that maybe a few too many times. And double barrel just feels really good. And let's say they decide to race ahead and they take a prize. Reversal energy becomes a pseudo retreat for a barrel, so I don't mind it there. And then if you're ever in a pinch and you have to attack, you can do 100 damage, flip a coin. So it's not too bad. Okay, so now they are ahead, which is what we want. We can now pop down the cheeky Luxray. And of course, we've put the counter catchers in. I do play boss, but at the same time, mostly looking to take advantage of counter catcher. Just smack him. There we go. And now it's in spinning attack range, which is awesome because you're going to get to see me take 3 prizes on my second attack. And then it's just a matter of sizing up one of those Pokemon on the bench. Because we do have turns to kill. So we'll have 3 turns to try to take 2 prizes. Which I do like. I can live with that. This is meant to be a more for fun. Take advantage of some decks. Roaring Moon, Charizard. Anything that likes to evolve without their stage 1s. We do play the TM for that. 1 prizers, you're doing about 120 damage, roughly. So anytime you can just smack 120 damage, it does pile up. And we have a couple spreading tools to just kind of sprinkle it in. But we're not leaning into the spread. I've seen people play spread and it's just, maybe not. There we go. It is super annoying sitting there with all of those level balls and not being able to use them. Fluffy Barrage! Give me 3 prizes. Okay. Alright. Now what are we going to knock out? And because we don't play anything cheeky like Radiant Greninja, they can't boss it up and then Moonlight Shuriken take out our board. So I didn't mind not benching Manaphy here. Also, Jirachi makes this deck playable. I've been screwing around with Jumpluff since the release of... Oh my god, Paldea Evolved? And as soon as we got Reversal Energy, I'm like, okay, how do we make this work? I have the cards, I have it all sleeved up. I am so ready as soon as I can get some IRL play in with it, I'm so ready. But again, TCG Live always works. So now we can just start streamlining our little attackers. And if they race ahead on the prize count, so be it. Let's just put out the Fluff army. Double. That's a no-brainer. Okay, and then we're gonna Industrious Incisors. We don't really need the super effective glasses here. Don't need Minior here. We do need a couple more. Maybe we just want to make the end game easier. At least show them that we'll have it, because if they, let's say, take that prize and get ahead of us, then we can just chase them down with a counter catcher or a boss. So we have two options. Spinning attack. Nice. Yeah. At least bringing back the walk story means that we can counter catcher and reversal energy knock them out for two prizes. We can take out the Mew, or we can take the Raikou. So we've got a couple options here. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Do what you do. And I don't think Mew can copy the Fluffy Barrage, so they would only get the spinning attack once. So they're probably sitting there going, Mew doesn't really do much. Okay, Force Heal Stone. What's the worst you're going to do? Man, I wish they just gave us more of these tools with Jumpluff earlier. Okay. What are they going to do? Okay, so continuous coin flip, they got nothing. So now we got to dig for it. We have to dig, because counter catcher is not an option. I think they were seeing that too. We do have the Pidgeot in here as well. I do like the option of just a 1-1. You got to be careful though, if they're playing Spiritomb, then you're kind of in a bit of trouble. But let's smack them. Let's put more damage on. Let's terrify them. Maybe we'll go for the game-winning. What is that attack called? Maelstrom, Matchless Maelstrom. Let's see if we can maybe finish the game off that way. You never know. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, electricity generator. I mean, they have the attackers. It's just they can't do much when I have double the barrel Squobit ready to go. Unless they had a spreading attack. But in this case, would it? Depends. We're just going to dig for it. We got 13 cards in deck, 5 in hand. They're going to take knockout, which is going to trigger all of our comeback mechanics. So as long as you're not playing against an Iron Hands, which probably could have been a bit difficult, you have time. You definitely have time. So then we just put Pidgeot on the bench. And we are going to... yeah, just take knockout. So long. And that right there is Jumpluff doing silly Jumpluff things. And now we've got a little bit more of a competitive game, I'm hoping. So I'm going to... oh, I have to go first. That means it has to be Roaring Moon. What deck wants to go second? As unless you're playing Arvinzard. Still, both decks we want to see. I have a handful of cards here I can work with. Let's grab a Hoppip. Let's grab a Doof. And then you want to hold the energy just in case you draw into the Jumpluff. Okay, so they're playing the barrel build. Oh, okay, so they're playing the water build. Okay. Everything's going well. Yeah, so they've accelerated. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. It's a good thing we didn't see any water energy accelerated there. Oh, no, we did. Okay, it's in the back. What are you doing? You know what? You do you, okay? Okay, that's not too bad. So yeah, just reset that whole hand. We don't want any of that. Yep. Oh my god, what the... what is this? Oh my god, what the... no. Okay. So we bricked. We Heidi holed us into, or nest dashed us into a brick. What are they going to do now? Okay, so they got the double Saba, they've got the water energy on board. Are they also playing the E-Switch? They have to be playing the E-Switch if they're playing the water energy. Oh! So apparently all we needed to play was an Iono, because it would have given us a very beautiful hand. Okay. And I do play Beach Corp because, again, it just lets the non-Hoppip Pokemon move out of the way. Most times they're sacrifices, but many times they're there. Yes, let's go. let's get everybody on the board. Let's get this party started. Gotta get the Manaphy. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I can't afford them to be picking off my bench. Not a chance. Nope. Okay, can we Nestash? No, I'll hold that hand. You never know. Sometimes you need to buy yourself another turn. There we go. And so spinning attack gets you the Oko on a non-capsuled Roaring Moon. Alright, so there's the capsule. Ooh, what are you doing? Okay. Okay. Okay, Brute Bonnet. Okay, that makes sense. You gotta put a one prizer in harm's way. Like, you can't just keep feeding me twos. Okay, so then we have to deal with that. That's fine. We don't mind taking 7 prizes because as long as they're dark prizes, we can take them. Alright, so get rid of those. We've done all our evolving. Apologies, I've been having some hardware difficulty, so if you see some lag, I am very sorry. My computer is just overwhelmed trying to run TCG Live. It's not optimized, and my computer is old. So we are doing what we can, okay? That's all we can do. What can we find? Oh, there we go. So we naturally just draw into it. I'll take that every day of the week. And we just keep cycling through cards. No complaints here. Let's take out that Brute Bonnet. See? Grass doesn't stop. And you're doing 240, which is nothing to scoff at if you're hitting for weakness. Roaring Moon's going to be a sizable chunk of the meta. Again, Charizard EX is eating 240 every turn. Like, yeah, I'll take that. Plus 1, so what, you can even put the telescopic super effective glasses on and we can deal with Charizard, so I'll take that. 60, what, times 3 is 180, and then, yeah, so we can knock out Charizard EXs in one hit too. So we're really saying, you know what, whatever's weak to us, we're going to deal with. Everything else is like, maybe not. Okay, Calamity Storm. You don't even have to discard the Stadium, but I guess you just don't want me to have it. Yeah. Can we reestablish? There we go. What the? Oh my god, my computer's gonna drive me crazy. We're trying. I miss the days of being able to play Landscape on your phone. Like, who thought that that was a good idea? Like, take that away. Like, we really, really didn't need that. Let's put another line back in the deck. We still have plenty of energy to work off of. Let's hit it with Spinning Attack. Another Spinning Attack. Okay. Okay, what are they doing? I still haven't seen any energy switch. They must be holding them or prize them, or maybe they don't play them. Like, that could be a thing. Maybe you just learn the hard way. Sada. Okay, so they got 2 in the back. Cross. What? Oh, are you stalling? Okay. Don't get what's going on here. Really don't get what's going on. Okay. So we're kind of at the mercy of when they knock this guy out because we don't have a means of moving it. But that's fine because we still see our path, so we can either knock out a Morpeko or we can knock out a Roaring Moon. We do play a boss and we play enough counter catchers, so we can decide, okay, maybe they want to take their prizes. Oh, okay. Feed me the Morpeko. We'll take that. But yeah, that's probably something I consider down the line is maybe getting in a copy of Switch, but right now. We're also not playing Jirachi. I'm not respecting it at the moment. Nobody's playing Lost Box. If people pick up Lost Box, you know, like if our piece in the Pokemon Trading Card Game ever leaves and we need something, just cut the Pidgeot and the 4 Seal Stone for a Switch and a Jirachi. God damn it, computer. Oh my goodness. Okay. Would I like to use Solar Evolution? Yes. Would I like a new computer? Also yes. No. Let's let them take the bait. Because there's not much they can do here. So, they promote up the Roaring Moon and they take the Pidgeot. We're taking the Roaring Moon. They promote the Morpeko to attack the Pidgeot. They're not knocking it out. So, whatever you do here, we got you. And that is Jumpluff versus the ever viable Roaring Moon. But I have to wonder what they were thinking. We did never get punished for them having the Moonlight Shuriken, but Maybe they just stop trying to play into it once we put Manaphy down. I do see a lot of canceling Cologne cross switcher shenanigans, so maybe be a little wary of that.